And I think, so the area that you focus on, that mother-daughter relationship, it's not,
Mm,
I don't think it's a trauma that we talk about enough, because people find it
no.
hard to believe that mothers don't
Hmm.
cherish their children. How was this why you went to, well, obviously this is probably why you went for the work, but was this
Hmm.
part of your healing journey, doing the work for yourself and then helping
Yes.
others?
Yes. I came to doing this work when I cut contact with my mum, and it was through doing that work at the same time as becoming a mother myself, and at the same time as seeing a counsellor, because I was struggling with anxiety and had been doing since I was very young. I started to realise that actually the anxiety that I'd been battling was not because of being my mother's carer. I was my mother's carer from being 12 and took care of her physically, but I took care of her emotionally as well. And it was the fact that I was having placed on me the responsibility for her well-being, her emotional well-being.
Mm-hmm.
So whilst I would help her wash and dress and help her with, keeping the house clean, I was also the one there when she was screaming and hitting herself around the head. I would take scissors off her as she was trying to hurt herself. And I was a very young child. And then even as I grew older, I became her confidant. She shared with me details of sexual abuse when I was very young, only 12, 13. And she just put this, it's called parentification. It's when you put in the role of being the parent, and it causes deep wounds. You develop an identity that you only have worth if you're serving and helping. And if you're not, you're selfish and you're a bad person. And my mother used to put me on a pedestal. Look, you're amazing. You take care of me. And then the minute that I didn't get her a drink, or I was giggling with friends in another room and not involving her, or I was daring to go out and try and have an identity and a life of my own, she would rein in with the guilt trips, and there would be underlying threats of self-harm. And that kind of thing causes really, really deep wounds, in real people-pleasing habits develop, feeling a responsibility for everybody's well-being, and you carry around this heavy weight. I ended up with shoulder problems, back problems, and ended up with autoimmune conditions, and it really affects all areas. And so when I finally at 37 came to realize this is what had been going on, that actually I'd been going through this cycle of abuse, I'd been put on a pedestal and knocked off, and then put on a pedestal, knocked off.